Tingkap pecah pun tak mampu nak ganti.
Hari Jumaat kita gerak awal, tapi kita jalan tempat lain. Kita target sampai airport pukul 9.30.
Berapa? 9.30?
Kita punya flight 12.30.
Oh, jadi itu kalau 12.30 tidak, pukul 11 dah kena ada. 10.45 kan?
Pukul 10.30 kita kena ada airport lah.
10.30. Apa dia tu, dia orang dia tak nak masuk Euro lah. Masuklah Euro.
Bandar jalan je lah. Kau lah. Ni bukan gambar kau naik. Gambar kat Europe sebab tu cantik. Bukan sebab dia cantik.
Kesian dia, kena berak burung ke.
Mana?
Tu. Tu, perempuan tu.
Itu patung.
Makau ada kampung. Dah. Tengah bandar building cantik ni pun ada. Kita tengok souvenir. Ini halal.
Halal. Halalan tayyiban.
Insieme hranu i držane, dosljedno jedu na pivo. Se burza ono kaže nema love, ono ne da.
Budak-budak ni.
Hey, you want some strawberry straw?
Dengan jambatan besi tu diorang pindahkan ke tempat lain. Now dia jadi jambatan konkrit. Tapi dia masih mengekalkan ciri-ciri jambatan asal.
Oh.
Ciri ni mana?
Entah. Tu lah kot bawah tu.
Oh, bentuknya tu.
Ni ke ada 3 bridges ni?
Ni yang Three Bridges ni?
Entah. Ni baru yang pertama kot. Yang kedua, hujung yang ketiga. Ngeri gila.
Nemesis lah.
Ha?
Nemesis ni.
Dajjal akan timbul di sini.
Ya.
Ini.
Ada patung ni.
Это график 3D, он просто отображает некий уровень. Это не уровень. Ну, условные цвета.
Aha, you just pick it up and you put it in the...
Oh.
It's running away.
Yeah, but that's the idea. I mean, it's not as simple as it looks. Okay, see?
Because like you only see but you don't feel it, so it's...
Yeah, that is true. You can see it, but you can't feel it. So haptics is another thing that we're also interested in. But you can, yeah, you can pick it up and you can push it into the right. Oh, okay.
Push.
And there are different, of course, there are different ways of grabbing the cylinders. Yeah. And the game is made in a way that the cylinders won't escape you, otherwise they're floating all over.
Ni nanti perempuan ni tak nak menerima cinta, akan dah kena berak burung.
There are over 50,000 students. I don't know what's the new number, how many. Yeah. And faculties and dorms are scattered all around the city. So Ljubljana is like a big campus, you could say. And if you are confused by the numbers written above the door, there is 931 days missing to the 100th anniversary of the University of Ljubljana. Now at the bottom of the square you can see the beautiful Philharmonics. You can see the date on top, 1701, but the building is actually from the 19th century. 1701 is the year of Academy of Philharmonics being established here in Ljubljana, and this was actually one of the first Philharmonic academies outside of Italy, with very big names being a part of it, amongst others Haydn, Beethoven. It's on my list. Definitely.
Not my favorite. Rasa macam
Now the National University Library, it's another design by Jože Plečnik. And you see Jože Plečnik, so the architect that we mentioned with the triple bridge before, he always wanted to talk to the people through his architecture. It was full of symbolism and metaphors. And because this is our National University Library, he took stones, well, the building material, from all around the country, and he symbolically united the nation in the facade of the building. Now, if you look at the top windows, the top 3 rows, does the shape of those triangular windows remind you of anything? Considering it's a library? Ah, very good, very good. They're supposed to look like open books. And then when you go inside of the library, you have this big door, and the doorknob is shaped like a horse. So you're right into the library, and you find yourself in a dark hallway with steps leading up. In the upper floor is where the reading room is, and all of the windows. So you have this light coming down towards you, and it's a symbol of you standing in darkness of ignorance. And then you walk up the steps towards the light of knowledge. So very deep stuff happening inside. But ironically enough, this was the only building damaged during the Second World War here in the center of Ljubljana. A plane crashed into it, and it was not even a war airplane. It was actually a plane carrying post from Trieste. It accidentally hit the building. A huge portion was actually damaged, over 60,000 books burned. Luckily, no one got hurt. And even more luckily, Jože Plečnik was still alive, so he managed to reconstruct it exactly as it was originally. Besides this, no other physical damage was done to the city. Ljubljana did suffer 2 major earthquakes though. One in 1511 and the second one in 1895. And this square, if you can imagine, just a few years ago, it was also a big parking space. And now we have this beautiful open air space where a lot of concerts take place, events. And I don't know if you heard, but Ljubljana won an award last year for the greenest European capital of 2016. And one of the reasons for this is also the fact that every year more and more of the city gets closed for traffic. More and more areas are converted into green spaces. We also have very good quality of drinking water. So you do have to realize that it's called the Shoemaker's Bridge because in the past the shoemakers, they had their stalls here selling and repairing shoes. And the way that it looks like today, it's again a design by Jože Plečnik. Now, there is a very good reason why we call the city Plečnik Ljubljana. You see, the man, he was never married, never had children. He was a workaholic, and he was very, very good at his job. So he deeply influenced the way that Ljubljana looks like today. And also the river carries quite a big signature by Jože Plečnik. Now, a lot of people, when we speak about the river of Ljubljana, get a tiny bit confused. You know, why is it called a river when it's actually a canal? Well, originally, the river of Ljubljana looked a lot different. The river was a lot higher, it was a lot wider, it came all the way till the first fronts of the houses, and it flooded. It flooded a lot. There were a few occasions when all of the ground floors were actually underwater. And sometimes to transport yourself around during the floods, well, the boat was the only way to go. Now, see, people, they got fed up with this. So already in the 18th century, a Jesuit priest, an engineer, he was sent here to, well, do something about the river. And if you were to walk a few hundred meters upstream, you would see that the river actually divides into two parts. So the artificial canal goes behind the castle hill and then back into the main stream. Now, the thing was that this didn't really help all that much, so the river still flooded. And it actually flooded all the way till the 30s, when hydrologists, and of course Jože Plečnik, deepened the whole central part of the river, placed concrete all around, and also water ramps at the end that controls the water height. So since the 30s, the river Ljubljana in the center never flooded again. So it worked quite well. But hence you have this feel of a canal. Now, in your free time, a really beautiful area to walk is if you just follow the river upstream. You have this area with steps that go all along the river with weeping willows. Further down is the botanical gardens. You have a few lovely places along the river to sit. And if you are into architecture and would like to know some more about Jože Plečnik, there is also a very interesting museum. Actually, his own house was converted into a museum. It takes you about an hour to do a tour in there. So just in case you won't know what to do with yourselves, or have a deep desire to get to know the man a little bit closer, it's a really nice place to visit. Now on Saturdays on this riverbank we have the arts markets, and on Sundays we have the flea markets. So the one staying till Sunday, it's really nice place to explore. And also I do have to tell you that the river, although the color isn't the most magnificent, it's not polluted. There is no industrial wastes going inside. There used to be a leather factory that polluted it, but well, the factory went bankrupt, so it doesn't pollute anymore. And every year the river gets cleaner. There are over 40 types of fish that live inside, including trouts. And our mayor promised to us that we will get a beach on the river.
You will drink the water from it.
Oh, yes, that's I'm really hoping to see. Maybe he will drink it, but we don't know the side effects. You know? And also what you can do, and it's really nice, you can do a little boat ride on the river, and you will also see that all along the river you have loads of lovely cafes. Car sharing, 5 euros.
Ha? Itu kan aku nak pergi tengok tu.
Gospa, tukaj sem, bom hitro prišla.
Halo. Ivanka. Ivanka, jaz sem na tržišču, ali lahko to
Apa? Buka. Oh, ni jaga-jaga ni. Mati ya.
Če zdaj ga tako suražem.
Bei